Hi, this week's Parsha is Parsha Korach, and there's this amazing encounter between Korach and Moshe, and really, well, Hashem. So Korach, he's very skeptical of Moses' authenticity, whether he's really chosen by God, and he actually makes the claim in verse 3, for the third verse of the Parsha, ויהלו על משה ועל אהרון ויאמרו עליהם רב לכם כי כל עדי כולם קדושים ובתוכם השם ומדוע תנסו על קהל Hashem. And they combined, it says, according to Sfar, they combined upon Moshe and upon Aaron, and they said to them, basically like, who are you? Like, aren't we all holy? Why did you come out instead to put yourself above us? And it's like, whoa. And then Moshe does this great response. He says, first he falls on his face, but then he says, you know what? Hashem's gonna let's have a I guess a test, a way of looking at it, and Hashem's going to decide who's who. And one of the lessons that my wife helped me gain over the Shabbos table as we talked about this is that spirituality is not democratic. And what I mean by that is, and not saying that Korach was the model of democracy, but he was making the claim that you're holy, I'm holy, so I should be in charge just as much as you. When it comes to spiritual growth and spiritual leadership, it's really up to Hashem, who chooses people to be, and Hashem's actually the one choosing people to be in whatever place they are. Now, I'm not saying, because this sort of mentality can be used to justify all sorts of injustices, like, oh, you see, you're meant to suffer X, Y, and Z, because if you weren't, Hashem wouldn't place you in that situation. Certainly, all systems should be just, and I'm not excusing or justifying any sort of unjust systems. I am saying, though, that apart from that, a person's spiritual gifts and their position, like their circumstances, many of their circumstances are not chosen. Like Korach is said by the person, like Korach is like arguing with Moshe, but Moshe was like born a prince of Egypt, basically born in it was a prince of Egypt, and like all that he went through, right? He didn't have like the easiest time. He ran for his life, and he lived away from everyone he knew, and he had to start over. I mean, it's like, but he made the decision to follow Hashem, and so he did so much. So there was so much that like Korach didn't witness, and he's making a claim, I also could be a leader. I should be the leader. But he doesn't have the full story. And it's also clear to me that he doesn't have the spiritual gifts to do it. So now, just because we're not, it's not democratic in that sense, it doesn't mean that we're not each equally important. Later in the Parsha, Moshe says to Korach, is it small in your eyes that you were chosen for the service you're chosen? Is it such a small thing? And I think one of the issues is to realize that Korach was experiencing was that he is just as important as Moshe. Even though he's not the leader, he's not occupying the highest possibly status position in the eyes of, society or in leadership, not the highest leadership factually, doesn't mean his role was less important. And as the Mesillas Yesharim says, serving God, it's like there's no room for, I'm paraphrasing or adding my own spin of it, no room for competition here, no room for arrogance. We're all in this big house, Hashem's world, and we each have different duties to do in that world, and it's about taking care of the house. And so there's really not about any room for, ego. So may we all use our gifts, may we appreciate the positions we're in, and may we, do so with full hearts. Take care.